It's a new year. You got this, okay, baby?
So many reasons why I want you for you, my love. Now you don't want to return, it's my love. See all the little good things you do, they make me no. This distance is...
Hey guys, Editing Amela here. I'm editing the video and I realized I lost the beginning, the clip for the video. It's basically me introducing the topic that we're going to be talking about today, which is basically the 6 questions I ask myself when I'm doing a reset or a check-in. With the new year, we're all doing those things. It's not new year, new me. It's just the reality of it. So go ahead and watch the video. I really do leave some realistic and attainable tips in there. Questions you can ask yourself throughout the year, throughout the month, whatever you're really sitting down and reevaluating your goals or what's going on in your life. So I hope you'll go ahead and continue to watch the video, and I'll see you in the next clip. Thanks for watching. Okay, so really guys, as the year, or like I said, this can be an annual check-in, this can be a quarterly check-in, whenever you just want to check in with yourself and kind of refocus yourself. The first question I really start off with, and because for me this is an annual thing, I ask myself, what went well this year? What are big and little things that went well this year? For me, my biggest focus this last year, 2023, was I just felt like my husband and I were spending money where we shouldn't have been spending money. Our finances were just not where they needed to be, you know. We had some goals and dreams and stuff that we wanted to do, but I felt like we were doing it on a separate spectrum. He was doing his thing and I was doing my thing, but the household was functioning, but that needed to be fixed, and it took us a while to get here, you guys. Yeah, if y'all know, relationships and finances and communication are big things. So for me, that was something that I really focused on, and we had some drawn out conversations and just truth conversations about how we're bringing in money, but we're not seeing it. Because why? We're spending where we shouldn't be, and we're not really being accountable for that spending. And I'll be the first to say I am a spender, you know. So I was spending on things that I shouldn't have been spending on, and so was he. But he's more of a give out money and just freely send it out, because we're both from Liberia, West Africa. So he's just sends money home. If they ask him, he's also one that if he goes to a party, like he's like, hey, we can all, everybody drinks on me, and I'm just like, sir, what are we doing? So that was one of my biggest goals this year for us as a family and as a couple, to get that together. And I got this from my best friend actually, because it was going on and on and on, and I just like, how did you guys get to, you know, where you guys are? Because she has a really solid business and personal financial relationship with her husband. So I am one person that I will lean on those around me for their experiences, for whatever they have that I feel like I need to learn from. I will lean on them. So we did an Excel sheet. I'm gonna insert the Excel sheet here, but what we did, what worked for us, was really just doing an Excel sheet, and you guys should see the Excel sheet coming up now, where I broke it down by month. So I took the first 6 months, so January to June, and I broke it down by pay. In our household, we get paid every 2 weeks. So I broke it down by pay, and I put all our bills, including our gas bill for the week. If you can't get to work, you can't make money. So for me, that's really big, to set aside money just to get gas and put that in our car. I drive to another state for work. So I need to make sure I have gas in my car. And then I broke down literally our bills from basically from tithes to groceries, to savings. And then at the bottom, I added extra. So I did this, the easiest way for me to do this was on Excel, because Excel formulates and does all the numbers. He's a numbers guy. I'm not. So I need something that's going to tell me how much I got left after I done paid all these bills. You know what I'm saying? So Excel does that for you. Once you put the numbers in, it automatically formulates it from like, once you have to put like a subtraction in there. I'm not going to put our bills in there clearly because that's personal, but you can get the overall gist of what I'm saying by looking at the video. Like I literally put everything on there that we pay. I have on there highlighted Lexington, which is a credit repair company, because yeah, we need to get that together. We were doing really, really good, and I was doing really, really good with our credit and maintaining that and getting it to where we need to be to hopefully, not even hopefully, to get our house. But things fell off, and we just Inflation is real. I'm just keeping it real, and we are not where we're supposed to be. We were really in the high 70s. Right now we're mid 60s. Just for transparency's sake, I'm just being honest with you guys. So I'm working to get that up there again. We're not too. We both dropped about, I would say, 20 points, and that's just because we're using our credit cards more. And we're just making minimum payments. That's just the bottom line. I'm that person that does pay off her credit card for the most part when I do use it, but I've just been making minimum payments, and that's just the honest truth. Things are just, it's hard. It's hard out here for me, and still trying to live and all that stuff. So that's just the biggest and honest truth. So that's something that I'm really big on that went well this year. Another thing that I feel like as a family we improved on, we spent a lot more time with each other. We were really big and intentional in when we're in the household, spending time with our kids, doing stuff separately with them. Like he goes into his daughter's room, y'all see, and spends time with them alone because he works a lot. Now that he has 2 jobs, he works a lot. So when he's home, I'm intentional. Also, that's another thing. I was very intentional in making sure that I, quote unquote, made him feel seen when he comes home. Because sometimes I feel like I, as a mom or as a female, I get lost in the kids. So just making sure that his dinner was in the microwave when he came home, that was really big for me this year. So that's something that I really worked on this year. Personally, what I really worked on this year and I felt like went well was being by myself, doing things by myself, taking the kids on outings by myself. I was very big on, oh, we're going to the zoo, let me invite this person. Or, oh, you know, I'm home, I don't have anything to do, let me call my best friend and come sit with me. I did not do that this year. This year, I was very big and intentional in just sitting in my own space, sitting by myself. My kids would be in their rooms, I would be in my room, just relaxing. So that was something I really worked on this year, and that went well for me. Next question is, what needs improving? What needs improving? Again, for me this year was budgeting and prioritizing. I already talked about budgeting, so prioritizing, did I need a new pair of shoes, or could I put that extra, you know, $100 or $120 away, or whatever? Did I need the big purchases? There's so many, if I look at my save, there's so many big purchases and bags and perfumes and stuff that I wanted. You hear that? That's my oven. I have something preheating. That I want, that I needed to just prioritize. Did I need that now? Did I want it because I saw it on Instagram doing it? That was big for me this year. I didn't do that. Y'all saw me, I wore the same 3 wigs this year because I was just like, and I have so many great wigs that I don't need to. I just need to take care of my wigs. So I didn't need a new hair. I didn't need a new sewing. I didn't need new bundles. That was big this year, prioritizing. And I'm not gonna lie, inflation really honestly helped with that because like I had to think, I have children at home. I have to be realistic in that and remember that I don't know when things are going to change. So these big spending, I need to prioritize what's really a need or necessity and what's just a want. What am I most proud of? Ooh, y'all, I'm proud of a lot of things, but honestly, one of the biggest things is this right here. I'm very proud of sticking with this journey. My best friend and my sister encouraged me to start this 2023, my birthday of 2023, and that's when I got serious with my content on Instagram. And I told my sister, I said, January 2023, I'm going to start my YouTube. I started it, but then I fell off and then whatever, but I got consistent. And I said to her, I said, I'm going to do Vlogmas 2023, and I did it. I'm very proud of that. I know it may seem insignificant because I don't have a lot of followers, but that's not what it's about for me. I want to really do what I say in my Instagram bio. I want to motivate, I want to educate, and I want to inspire people, everyday people, normal working 9-to-5 girls, God lovers, Jesus lovers, family lovers, friends, like just the everyday chick, okay? Like that's who I'm doing these videos for. Do I want to make money? Absolutely. I'm not lying. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't. I absolutely want to, but I want to build a community that when I go out, that like they're like, hey girl, I saw your video. I'm like, girl, did you see that 99 since I got off that thing, or did you? Because I'm that girl. You compliment outfit. I'm like, girl, this from my mama's closet, or girl, this is Amazon. Like I'm quick. My sister is always like, they ain't asked you that. I'm like, yeah, but like they're asking, so I'm gonna share. I'm truly a Gemini in that aspect. I wouldn't say I'm an extrovert, but I wouldn't say I'm an introvert. It just depends on the crowd. Because if I get to know you, girl, you're my best friend. I'm that person. I will talk to you every day on the phone, and I will just get to know you. So I'm really super proud of like getting serious with this content thing. And when I say content, how did I get serious, y'all? Let me show y'all my notes. This is how serious I am. I have my 2024 Pinterest and Threads. I hope you guys can see that. I have my 2024 Instagram ideas written down. I have my 2024 TikTok content written down. I have my YouTube topics. I have like a thing for social media captions. Like I have planned out what I want all my socials to look like, how to kind of batch film, how to repurpose my content, so I'm not feeling like I don't have anything to post, or so I'm not just filming every day to post. How to, like, again, repurpose my content. So what I'm filming on here, can I take bits and pieces of that and maybe put it on Instagram to educate or bring awareness to this channel? That is one of the biggest things I am proud of. Another thing I'm really, really proud of is I'm raising humans. That saying that I usually say in my reels and my videos, I want to raise humans. And I say this because my niece, my nephew, my son did something really, really generous that they did not have to do recently. That just, you guys, like, to be raising teens and preteens in today's society, and they care about others and they care about their family. You have to love your family, but you don't always have to like them. But they genuinely like us, and they genuinely like us as human beings, like us outside of auntie and mommy and all that. They want to hang out with us. They want to spend time with us. That's probably the most thing I'm proud of this year. I am super proud of the fact that I am really raising human beings. I'm raising humans. I want to, the next question is that I always try to ask myself, is there anything I want to learn or remember? Or is there anything I learned, and is there anything I want to remember? What I learned this year is that you can maintain relationships, friendships, without talking to the person every day, and you guys are not fighting. You can absolutely love parts of your job, but also struggle with staying there. There's parts of my job I absolutely love. I work with teens and youth that are from underprivileged communities, and they're going through a tough time in their life. And I love that. I love that I get to give them a little bit of a different perspective. They get to see a brown woman in a position that they may not imagine themselves in. For my teen girls, for my teen boys, they get to see a friendly face on that computer screen or at that hearing, because everybody else doesn't look like them, but they're being prosecuted. The part of my job I don't like is when you have the resources, you give the resources, and they can't take advantage of that because they're so stuck in their trauma, or if they've never seen that. So trauma, you guys, is a big thing. Trauma is something that you can't put your hands on. It's not something you can see, but you can see it at the same time when it's happening. For you to give somebody the resources that you know is going to help them, and they not be able to take advantage of that, that's truly their trauma. And then I think another thing that I don't like about my job is seeing the ages is just getting so much younger and younger and younger, and seeing them in bad situations that are going to change the trajectory of their lives. And because I'm raising a son, I'm raising nephews, I'm raising nieces, and and seeing these young men and women that just have so much promise. Like my one kid, I always say he's respectfully disrespectful, in the sense of he's never ever said something to disrespect me. He's never ever, talked back or cursed at me or yelled or anything. And he'll just say, he will yes me to death, but he never follows up. He never follows through because he's never seen what that looks like. Those are the aspects of my jobs that I don't like. But then on the flip hand, I see my kids that are able to go to Paris and see a different side of life, or now in college, that have lost parents but are still thriving and still moving forward, and can say, this is what I want to do. I see this. I can do this. That are speaking at engagements that they probably never imagined themselves speaking at. So there's a give and a take, and that's something that I have learned. You know, that's one thing I've learned. Another what I want to remember is the small victories, you guys. Like this year didn't go as planned at all. Like if you know me, I am that girl that has written down every goal by what age I want to do it. I've had crying bouts with my cousin and my best friend and my sister because I feel like I haven't accomplished those things, and then they point out 1,000 other things that I've accomplished and 1,000 other people that I've influenced or had like they called me for advice and stuff, and I'm like, how y'all calling me? Like I don't even have my shit together. But I want to celebrate the small victories, like going to Disney this year with my children. That has been a goal for I think 6 years, if not more, probably since I started having children. But we were not only was I able to go to Disney with my children, we were able to go as like a bunch, all their cousins and their siblings. Because in my household, you know, where I come from, a child of my sibling is my child. So those are their siblings, and that's how we raise them. That's why my daughter calls my sister's daughter her sister, because that's how we raise them. Those are your siblings. They're not your cousins, you know. There's no separation. But we were able to take them all. We stayed at one place. We were able to wake up and get up and eat breakfast and go to the parks together. And they have that memory, and they can actually conceptualize and remember it, except for my niece. But you know, they know it. They can't, like, my goal in life is to never have somebody introduce my children to something, good or bad, that I had the opportunity to do and I didn't do it. I have so many big dreams for my kids, you guys. Like, I don't want them to ever feel like, you know, they didn't get an experience or they didn't get an opportunity, because they have so many more opportunities than I had or my mom had. That each generation should really have more opportunity than the last generation. You know, that's truly how I operate. So, you know, going to Disney as a family and taking my children, that is top tier. Another thing, and this is still on the same thing, taking my daughter to Disney on Ice. I have dreamed about that day since I had a daughter. And my daughter, God gives you guys, when I was pregnant, let me sidebar. I prayed, one of the things I prayed for when I was pregnant and I found out I was having a daughter, my son was such a rambunctious boy. He has so much energy. And I used to pray, God, please let this little girl just want to always sit next to me and cuddle on the couch. Please, God, just let her always want to cuddle. Y'all, I should have said sometimes. When I say if I go upstairs, my daughter is literally on my heels. If I go to the bathroom, she's sitting on the floor. And I know it's the age group, but I don't see it changing. I can be in the kitchen. She will leave the dining room, you guys, and come and stand next to me as she watches her iPad, you know, in the kitchen. So I just know that, like, it's not going to change. It's not an age thing. But one of the other things when I prayed for when I was having a girl, I wanted a girly girl. I'm not really a girly girl. I'm a girl's girl. I will support and, you know, encourage a girl and a woman and a female any day. That's me. I am a girl's girl. I do have a lot of male friends because I'm also one of the guys, but I'm not a hater towards girls. So, but I'm not a girly girl in the sense of, oh, I have to put on makeup every day, or, you know, or, oh, I look like I'm not a pink girl and stuff like that. My daughter, oh, baby, fairy tale princess, bow to me. Her brothers and her dad bow to me my way or the highway. She says, this is her house. This is not my house. I'm the empress. She's the princess, but she rules the house. Like, she is a girl's girl to the T. And so I pray for that. You know, I pray for that because I wanted that. And God gives you the children you need when you need them. When my son came, I needed to finish certain things. I needed to finish my master's. I needed to go back to school and finish my master's. You know, I needed to make sure I was on the right career path. I needed to solidify my relationship with my now husband. I needed to do all those things. My daughter came. I think my daughter came to teach me how to have fun. I got to a place in life where everything was too serious. My daughter came, and she'll literally tell me, Mom, like, sit down for a second. It's okay. It's okay. Like, she is that girl. So God gives me, when I pray, when I have children, I'm very intentional in how I pray. Now, okay? Now I've learned the difference, you know, in how to pray intentionally. But Going to Disney on Ice with my daughter is another thing I want to remember. I want to cherish that because I prayed for that when I was pregnant. My son finishing, I'm very big on not making big changes in my children's lives. My son staying in the school he's been in since he was in first grade was another big thing for me. And to see him blossom with these group of children, for the most part, they've been consistently the same children, and in his school, and take leadership roles in his school and get the types of awards that he got. My son got 4 awards in 2023 for stewardship, leadership, being a good disciple, and I can't remember the other one. But those for me are all humanitarianism, humanitarianism awards. And it truly speaks to who he is. My son is very much an emotional empath. He feels things deeply for other people. And to see that being for other people, is because when you raise your kids, you think, ooh, their shit don't stink. You know what I mean? Like, this is the truth. We all think our kids' shit don't stink. But to see other people seeing those great, impacts, him having those type of great impacts on people outside when I'm not around. Because when you're around, you act a different way. But when you're out with your community and your peers and people see that, it's amazing. To be called into the principal's office for your child and know they're not in trouble, but it's for a great thing. That is top tier feeling, you guys. Like, I can't even begin to tell you, how much that means to me. Another thing that I want to remember from this year is how I did not accomplish my goal to keep off this 30 pounds. I did lose the weight initially, but then I didn't keep it off. That's something I want to remember. You know why? Because I don't want to keep starting over. This weight loss thing, like, we all talk about it and we laugh about it. Yeah, I don't really feel like starting over every single time. Because, like, girl, just keep it in mind. And I know for me, the big thing is if I'm not working out, I'm not eating right. But I need to take that mentality out, Just like I need to take out the mentality of when my kids say or do something that I don't really agree with, I automatically internalize it and think, oh, I'm not being a good enough parent. Or, oh, what are we doing in the household that's making them do, something that's not, quote unquote, acceptable. I need to stop that as well. That's something I want to remember to stop, and just stop in the moment and change that thought process. Anyway, you guys, lastly, what is my main focus for this year? I didn't write anything down because I really want this one to come straight from the heart. What is my main focus for this year? I have a lot of focus. I did do a quote unquote vision board. I'm a writer. I write things down and I like to see pictures, so I put pictures with it. I think that for me, that's too personal. I'm not really gonna show you guys that, but I can give you a gist of where I want to focus. My main focus this year is to keep on prioritizing me time. Keep on prioritizing individual time with the 3 people in this household that mean the absolute words for me. And I keep looking upstairs because my husband's upstairs sleeping for work. Keep prioritizing my weight. Lose this weight and keep it off, please. Note to self, please. Okay? Because you sick of starting over, and we sick of hearing it. Okay? I also want to focus on the trajectory of my career. While I love where I'm at now, I'm getting itchy. I'm really a Gemini, you guys. I get that 8-year itch. And I'm like, all right. But then again, I don't think that's a bad thing, especially with the way the world is going. If you are at an agency or you are at a job or organization where you can't see yourself either retiring from, or there's no room for growth from where you kind of are now, or then you need to be reevaluating. I'm not saying leave your job, because where I'm at now, the flexibility that I have, it's something that I do not take for granted at all. The flexibility that I have with my job right now, I don't take it for granted, especially having little ones that, they have school, they have activities. I have so much flexibility that I do not take that for granted. And I know there's a reason for me being where I am right now. God has a reason why I'm here right now. And when it's time for that to change, then it'll change. But I want to still keep in mind that I still need to be, praying and evaluating if this is where, even maybe it's still with the same organization, but maybe I need to be evaluating where I'm going to go or move within the organization. So yeah, I want to make sure that I'm always evaluating where I am in my position at work. Where can I go? What can I do? What should I be improving on and whatnot? Um, Another thing I want to focus on this year is some personal goals, some big personal goal. Another one big personal goal for me is just um, the house, and I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Another big thing I want to prioritize, honestly, is separating family time, not family time, family vacations from just bay vacations. And we talked about that. I struggle with not leaving my kids because I don't struggle with that, but I think when I think of my husband and I going away, I automatically input the children. We did one trip this 2023 as a group for my best friend's 40th birthday. We went to Aruba. You guys, that's another thing I need to put in there. That was a big accomplishment for us. So super, super proud of ourselves. That was the first time we left our children and went internationally without them. Super proud of ourselves. But I need to get out of this mindset that they always have to be there when their dad and I are together. Outside having fun. You know, we should have fun more often without us. Another thing I want to prioritize, and it's not really my priority, but I'm gonna make it a priority for me to make it, for him to make it a priority for him, is date nights. I want to incorporate date nights back into our lives. We get into this cycle, and it's not good for relationships that we're just moving, we're just doing the daily things, but we don't check in with one another. And that's where the little nitpicky fights come from. And it's the truth of it. It's just completely honest. Another big focus I want to prioritize this year is my mom. She's getting older. I want to spend so much quality time with my mom. I want to take many vacations with my mom and my sisters. I want to make sure that we're doing stuff to so that she knows that we're awake, because we all have our families, we all have our children, and it's easy to get so absorbed into that we forget that she's getting older as well. I mean, we're always with our mom, but we're not spending intentional time with her, if that makes sense. We're not going on vacations. We're not taking her to lunches. So while we're helping out financially, we're not doing the time thing, and that for me is big. One of the biggest things I want to focus on. I talked to my cousin who lost her mom 2 years ago now, and I just, because I told you that I am one of those people. I will learn. I will ask questions that I feel like I can improve on my life with. I'll ask from those that have experienced it. So when she lost her mom, and this is my favorite cousin, I always call her my favorite cousin, although you suspect right now. I'm gonna have to call you after this because I have some things we need to talk about. No, I'm just kidding. But I talked to her and I asked her what was her biggest regret. And she said, honestly, that was a regret, but also not a regret. She said the only thing that she would say is that she wish she had spent more intentional time with her mom, because she was very close with her mom. Just like I am. Like, I talk to my mom at least 3 times a day. And when I say, actually, no, because people at work be laughing. Every time my phone rings, they're like, is that your mom? And then literally, I probably talk to my mom about 10 times a day. As grown and old as I am, yes, I talk to my mom about 10 times. And it's not long conversations. It's, hey, guess what just happened? Or, hey, let me just tell you something. All right, I'll talk to you later. Or, hey, I'm on break, I'm eating this. Little things like that. But that was one of the things that she said. She said she wanted to make sure she regretted not spending more intentional time with her mom, taking her out to eat, going on vacations with her, going to the spa with her, having her come over and just cook a meal together. It doesn't have to be spending money outside. Coming to the house and cooking a meal together, going to her house and just organizing her closet, or doing something when she's off on her off day, just going, hey mom, let's go for a walk. And I used to do that, and then life got to lifing. And of course, again, my mom lives in another state. So, but I want to do that as a team. I want my sisters and I to have those memories and pictures. If and when the time comes that we need to have those memories and pictures, because guess what? One thing is guaranteed in this life is death and life. And I say that all the time to people. It's like, you never know when you're gonna go. And I say that because, and that's not something I'm good at. I know I am very much not good at, staying in the present too. I'm always thinking 5 years ahead. What am I going to be doing then? What's that going to look like? And I need to now live in the present. I'm getting a little bit better. I promise you guys, I'm getting a little bit better. So, so that's it, you guys. I'm not going to make this drawn out, but that's really the questions and the things I think about when I'm doing a reset or a 2024 reset or, new year, new me reset. Ain't no new year. It's new year, same me, same bullshit, just a little bit elevated. Because I've grown up, I'm a little bit more wiser. I've read a little bit more. Another thing I need to do this year, I will be reading more. But the struggle right now for me is, do I get a Kindle or do I stick with my books? Because while I love books, I love turning the pages and looking, and feeling it. I don't have anywhere to put them books when I'm done. And yes, I could donate it. I know that. But it's still, I don't know. I think I'm just going to invest in the Kindle. I'm going to elevate my content game. I'm going to get some equipment because I'm really investing in it, because I'm making this. It's go time, y'all. What they said, she be on your Zoom. Y'all, my friend was like, I'm so proud of you. You said you were going to do Vlogmas and you've been on your Zoom with the content. I said, period. That's how I'm going to be with everything in this life. Am I going to fail? Absolutely. Absolutely. Am I going to feel overwhelmed? Absolutely. I already feel it now. Is that going to make me quit? No. Are you going to maybe get a vlog or update that's late? I pray not, but I'm human. I'm human. I'm working. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I am a sister. I want to live. I want to be in the moment in time. So there are things that are going to happen that are not going to make all this that I just said picture perfect, but it's the intent behind it. I always say to my children when they say something, I'm like, it's not that you said it and it was rude. It's the intent behind it. Did you, like my daughter, when she said, TMI, I fought it. My daughter was like, Mommy, that stinks. You need to go check the pins. I think you pooped yourself. And then she said, and my son looked at her and she said, I wasn't trying to be rude. And I said, no, I know you wasn't. That's why I didn't say that was rude, because it wasn't her intent to be rude. It was just her intent to say, Mommy, that's a little bit off. You might want to check and see if everything is okay, in her own 4-year-old way, So that is it. That is all. I hope you guys enjoyed this. These are just my little check-in moments that I have. Again, I do this on an annual basis. These are just the questions I try to ask myself on an annual basis, because I know social media, especially with me getting so much into social media can really make you feel like you're a failure. And I've been there, especially with things that have been happening in my personal life. I have been feeling like that. And not even just in my personal life, like watching friends and watching friends that I went to college with, and I feel like from the outside looking in, they're just elevating. And I just feel like, well, damn, we started this together. Heck, I probably was a better student than you. Heck, I probably make more money than you. How are you just elevating? It's hard. It can make you feel like you ain't doing right, you ain't living right, you need to just check out. Never, ever, ever count yourself out. As long as you're, take a moment, take a day or two, and then come back and be on your go. Like, I'm telling you, it's go time, y'all. I'm not playing no games, okay? And I have the support system to back that up. So why would I not take full advantage of that? Oh, baby, you best believe she's going to. So I say all that to say, it's okay. It's a new year. You got it. We're going to keep each other accountable, okay? We're going to lose this weight. We're going to get our minds right. We're going to take care of ourselves. We're going to get these nails done, y'all. Y'all see this? Because I've been moving and stuff. This is horrible. I'm going to give me a nail tech this 2024. I know I said that before. I tried a couple. It didn't work because stuff just kept happening. But let me stop saying bye to y'all 18 times. Thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you hit that subscribe button, and I hope you hit that like button. Comment down below which question resonated with you, or what are some things that you do to check in with yourself on an annual, monthly, or quarterly basis. And don't forget to follow me on TikTok and Instagram, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.
So many